They'll be calling you a radical. I wanted to shoot this video on location because this is where Chicago Bridge used to be. Used to go for blocks. I'm here in Ogden, Utah, in the Great Junction City. Chicago Bridge, when I was a boy, went for blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks, and this is an important video. So people need to know. So Toshiba's going to file a write down. Now let's remember, this is really important. Who put Obama in the White House? Chicago Bridge. Who is Chicago Bridge? You know, it goes back to General Electric, Flourish, which is all rooted right here. The nuclear cartel, the nuclear industry. Now remember, Toshiba, you go to Geneva, which I got chased out of Geneva, Switzerland, and I'm not in Geneva, Switzerland, I'm in Ogden, Utah. So, on the river is Toshiba, just glares. We know where the whole central financing freaking looter rats of the world are in Geneva. So, Westinghouse bought Toshiba, right? How come they're still called Toshiba? So Westinghouse now, Toshiba sue Westinghouse now on the Chicago Bridge acquisition. This is a big deal. Stay with me on this. That's who put, look, Axelrod was a spokesman for Chicago Bridge for 25 years. These corrupt bastards, this propped up Barry Antoinette, let them yell cake, Barack Obama, completely propped out by Chicago Bridge, the greatest conglomerate, the nuclear freaking looting rats, the biggest control mechanism in human history. Now this is important. So they weren't about to let a little thing like a multiple meltdown at Fukushima, Japan stop their looting. They weren't about to. The greatest cover-up in human history, the greatest crime in history. So Toshiba stock's down over 15% this morning on the looting. So this is the tip of the iceberg. So the international community is starting to wake up and realize what a catastrophe these lying, thieving rats are. Now, it's very important you wake up that what they're doing, they're posturing and grooming for the bailout. So as you know, Cuomo in New York, I call it the bank bailout on chemo, status Cuomo, has just forked over secretly. I was in New York going crazy in the heat of the summer with just signed his signature to give the nuclear rats $7.6 billion. Now remember Exelon. Exelon is Chicago Bridge. Exelon is Chicago Bridge. Is Barack Obama, is Dave Axelrod, is David Vitter, is the greatest looters, Price Anderson, the greatest looting, welfare, whore, mechanism, thieves on the face of the earth is the nuclear industry. Okay? 9 Mile Island, 3 times 3 is 9 Mile Island. Fitzpatrick, upstate New York, they're all going broke because even with the government subsidy, these ratting looters, it's clean, it's clean, it's clean. It's because it's not clean. It's not economic. It's the biggest failure in human history. So Exelon doesn't own them. They say, oh, we're closed and we're leaking all over the catastrophes. And then they just secretly sneak in and buy them. Then they get $7.6 billion in a bailout. They've done the same thing in Illinois, where Exelon, Chicago Bridge, Chicago Bridge, Chicago Bridge. They passed it. They had 5 lobbyists for every activist there. 5. We're the only ones fighting. We have no money. Grassrooters. So now Toshiba's woke up. They're like, holy shit. So they'll be going to the federal taxpayer. They're posturing for, this is what the whole salvo, no nukes is good nukes. That's the whole posturing between the Putin and Trump regime right now. Look, you got a bunch of billionaires. One from Michigan, an Amway scammer. They all know the big money's in nuclear because it's twofold. It folds into the war machine. Megan Rice, Gorbachev and Reagan signed it. Can't go in. Remember Megan Rice broke in, Barack Obama threw her in a prison cell? An 85-year-old nun? I mean, these are the scamminest, looters, freaking thieves that ever walked. Chicago Bridge. So it's starting to unravel. Well, but you know what? How they're going to play it, just like they're playing it here. You know, and the Utah legislature all be in there going crazy. Blue Castle, they're trying their looting scam there. They're trying to bring the 700,000 tons of depleted uranium from Chicago Bridge to Utah freaking site. Obama signed antitrust law. He won't sign antitrust law against Bayer Monsanto. He won't sign antitrust law against Shell Oil and BP. Oh, hell no. But he will on Energy Solutions, a bankrupt criminal rats who want to bring the 700,000 depleted uranium to Utah. Oh, no, over my dead fucking body. Ain't happening. You know, whip the whole dynamics. So, this is a big deal. Toshiba, remember, Westinghouse bought Toshiba post-Fukushima. How is Toshiba still the parent company? That's against the United States law because Westinghouse runs the show. It's all the masquerade party, the Fukushima catastrophe cover-up. Look, Obama, Chicago Bridge, Exelon, and the GOP rats who run the Senate and the congressional hearings. I was working with Barbara Boxer's office when they pushed it underground. Wouldn't let us have hearings on Sen Onofre. Sen Onofre, I'm the guy that exposed Sen Onofre had a leak in the bone marrow transplant at the top of LDS. They're not about to let a multiple, the greatest catastrophe in human history, stop their looting. This is how ignorant and dumb this guy is. Obama, this puppet, this nuclear puppet. They used him, Chicago Bridge. Chicago Bridge used to sit right here. What's this now? Where Chicago Bridge used to be? It's the great IRS service center. Because they all make a living off other people's taxes. Oh, they loot you and rob you off your taxes. So your taxes here at Chicago Bridge, right here, is the IRS service center. I mean, these fucking thieving rats. So stand tuned. This is a big fucking deal. It's starting to unravel. So we'll see what Trump, and you know, he claims these free market fairy tales, and his, you know, attorney general, let's get real, Sessions protected TVA. Watts Bar, that corruption. I mean, it's the most corrupt industry, failed industry in human history. Billions and trillions that has poisoned the earth. Fukushima is the greatest, the cover-up of Fukushima is the greatest crime in human history. And Chicago Bridge and Axelrod and Obama and his GOP freaking rats, David Vitter, freaking the whole works of them. You know, remember, we hate Congress, we have 8% approval. You re-elected 98% of Congress. We had a GOP Congress and Senate. House, both houses. You hate them, you hate them, you hate them, you hate them, you hate them. You're elected every fucking one of them. They're looting the fuck out of you. The greatest catastrophe in human history, ongoing. How were they able to even pull this off? The salmon have collapsed, just like I said. The greatest story in human history. Kevin Blanch tells, right now, I'm going to give you leukemia, it's going to, and then I got leukemia. Less than 1% survival. I mean, coincidence? I don't know. But, so, Chicago Bridge, you read this. I mean, it's starting to unravel. The rats are starting to eat it because rats love cheese. And they're going to be running. And by the way, the cleanup of Fukushima, Japan's being paid by the United States taxpayer. You as the United States. Whoa, Yalta by the sea. Hello, the 51st state, Japan. Their nuclear rat island. Oh, it's there for energy? Then how come there was no rolling blackouts in Japan when 48 reactors went down when they said it made up 70% because they're fucking lying? Nuclear energy makes up no energy. California's producing 120% more solar energy a day than they can even use. But we block it in Utah from coming in. We block it all over the country. You've been had. You've been hit by a smooth criminal because nature is a whore. So stand tuned. This is the old Chicago Bridge right here. The nuclear crime family's in full fucking flight. It's starting to unravel. Suits flying. Toshiba, the fucking rats in Geneva are starting to eat each other. I got chased out of Geneva. I mean, right at the World Health. I mean, literally chased. And remember, Snowden was in Geneva. Snowden was in Fukushima, Japan. You know, right before. Lindsay Mills, his pole swinger. You know, I'll start getting my books done now that I'm out of the cancer woods. I've been battling leukemia for 5 years. 5 years ago right now, I was in the bone marrow transplant, all but dead. So, anyway, I'll get my books done. I need a publicist. Thank you for everybody who supported this historic fucking work. This historic fucking work. I'm a walking, talking encyclopedia on this. Oh boy. Oh boy. If these fucking, you know, 2,400 videos haven't proved that to you yet, wake up. This is, I mean, you're being looted hardcore. We'll see how Trump handles this. We're watching. Stay tuned.